Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Trailmakers. Now, you all saw it coming. We built a car with crippling social anxiety. We've built a plane with a terrifying fear of heights. It is now time to finally build the boat that is afraid of water. Now, how is this going to work, you ask? Well, I figured what we can do is we can use depth as our fear marker. So the boat's gonna be kind of okay in shallow water, but as we get out deeper and deeper, it's gonna get more and more afraid until, I don't know, I guess we'll go with explosions again, because explosions are always fun. But I do have some plans with this boat to show fear that we haven't used before in any of the other variations on this concept. But first things first, in order to have a boat that is afraid of water, we need a boat. So let's get building, and we're gonna see what we're gonna be working with. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have the basic boat down, and every single time I try to build a boat in Trailmakers, I realize how little I know about boats in Trailmakers, because it's always harder than I expect. But the way this works, we got a bunch of propellers underneath, and the back ones, they turn, and that's how we get our turning. I didn't really want to use rudder turning, because that's always been kind of unreliable for me. So actual powered turning, I figured would be a little bit better. But it works pretty well. It stays on the water, it turns, and that's really all I could ask for. So now we got to figure out how to make it afraid of water. Now, the reason why I chose this map is because this map has this area here, which, as you can see, is a lot more shallow versus over here, which is just really, really deep ocean. So, whoa. Okay, calm down. Calm down. We haven't introduced the fear part yet, so calm down. So I gotta figure out how I'm actually going to do this. We're gonna need some type of sensor method. Okay, so the first things first, we need to figure out how deep things actually are here. So I have a sensor at its minimum right now, and it is detecting 1 meter. And this right here is apparently 1 meter. So I want it to be okay. I want it to actually have a point in which the boat's kind of okay. Okay, and then we just get away for 1 meter right there. So I'm gonna assume that if I bump it up to 2, that it's gonna start detecting here. Okay, so I've actually inverted the trigger, so now it's gonna be more accurate to what we're looking for. So I set it to 3 meters. So now if we go deeper than 3 meters, it should light up. I don't know how deep 3 meters is going to be though. So let's just keep going out here. There we go. Okay, I like this. I think 3 meters, oh boy, stopping is not good. I think 3 meters is gonna be a good start though. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this the way I want to, but here's my idea for our first stage of fear. The boat will actually tremble with fear, and I'm hoping we'll actually be able to increase the amount of tremble as it goes deeper. So I'm gonna try to figure this out, and I'll get back to you with the results. Okay, I've done it. I've given this thing a fear of water, only when we go a certain depth though, and it has 2 stages right now. Shivering and slightly more shivering. So you can see these logic gates on the back. I'm going to show you what it does first, and then I'll show you what I did to make it do that. So when the logic gates closest to my seats light up, that means that we've reached stage 1, which is 3 meters depth. Once we get 3 meters, this thing starts to get a little bit afraid, and it'll start to shiver a little bit if everything works correctly. And then once we get to 5 meters, that's when you'll see the other set of logic gates light up, and it should shiver even more. So I'm gonna start slowly going here. We're obviously at less than 3 meters because nothing's lighting up. We're gonna start slowly going, and hopefully this is going to work once we get deeper than 3 meters. We have this nice, safe, shallow bay here, so we're not afraid quite yet, but we're slowly getting deeper. Slowly oh, I saw it later. Oh, here we go. Now you can see we're shivering a little bit. We're shivering, we're sparking. That's an unwanted byproduct, but we're gonna have to deal with it. Sometimes it turns us a little bit to oh, I don't know what just happened there, but it stopped. Okay, we're good now. So now I'm gonna try. This is making it more difficult, but I'm gonna try to get deeper to 5 meters. And then the shivering should go a little bit quicker. So let's see what happens. All right, come on. There we go. All right, so now you can see it's a little bit quicker. It's not as like big. It's not as big, but that's because it's quicker. So I don't really know how to interpret that. But yeah, it's more shivery. We get more sparks, we get more shivering, and this is a scaredy boat. We got a scaredy boat now. So obviously this gets a lot deeper very, very quickly. So I'm thinking like we might be able to get to like 10 meters before we get off the cliff. And then once we get off this cliff, I think that's explosion time. But I don't know what to do once we get to like 10 meters. We have to have something in between shivering and explosion. What's it gonna be? All right, but first, let me try to get back. Let's try to ease the fear that our boat is having right here. We're just having it sit absolutely afraid in the water right now as we talk casually. And it's like, guys, please stop it. It's torture. Okay, all right, come on. We're almost there. Just stop. Why are you still shivering? Okay, there we go. We're good now. We're not afraid anymore. All right, so how I did this, if I try to zoom in here, let me go into build mode, actually. I'm going to try to zoom in here. I have 2 spinning servos that are going opposite directions so they cancel each other out and don't make us turn around in circles. But on these servos, I have these gimbals. Now, these gimbals are just here for the weight and shape. They're about 9.4 kilograms, and they only have a limited number of attachment points, so they're not going to attach to the top or the bottom just by having them here. So you can see on this one, I have 2 gimbals. And then on this one, I also have 2 gimbals. And they're offset from the center of rotation. So as it spins, it basically acts like the vibration technology we have in like our controllers and stuff for like console. So just by spinning an uneven weight around its axis, it's going to make the whole thing vibrate, which essentially makes it shiver. And that is my interpretation of the fear factor being instilled into this boat. But now we must up the fear and have it be afraid in some other way, which I don't know exactly what it's gonna be yet. I gotta think a little bit. I got it! Screaming! I say that as if it's such a happy thing, but we're gonna make this thing scream out of fear once it reaches 10 meters, and that's gonna basically be the alarm, like, hey, if you keep going, I'm gonna blow up. So we got these horns here. These are basically like giant air horns, and I'm gonna hide them because we don't want them to be like an obvious thing necessarily. And then what I'm gonna do is have like a 10 meter and maybe like a 15 meter. So it's gonna trigger a couple of them at 10 meters, then more of them at 15 meters, and I hope that's gonna be noticeably louder, and then we'll have the explosion. So that gives us 5 different stages. Okay, here we go. So at 10 meters, we should trigger 2 of the horns, and then at 15 meters, we should trigger all 6 of the horns. So it should be a gradual process. I don't have any indicators actually on the top, unfortunately. Okay, we've just reached 3 meters. We're starting to shake a little bit. All right, let's keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, that's not what's supposed to happen. Why is it doing... Okay, it stopped. We're good now. Why is it doing that? Okay, we're good now. It's shaking more. Man, the fear is having some unexpected effects. Oh, okay. This is not how it's supposed... Why? Nothing should be... They should be canceling each other out. This should not be happening. Oh no, oh no. This isn't what I programmed you to do. All right, well, it's working for now. Okay, and now, no, 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 no. I'm just gonna accept this as part of the fear response. Like, it just does this sometimes. We just have to deal with that. All right, I'm gonna repair. Oh, and of course it repairs underwater. Oh my god. This is such a stupid boat. I'm not even building a boat that's afraid of water anymore. I'm just building the most annoying boat in the world right now. All right, I made a slight modification that's hopefully gonna increase the reliability of it. I just got rid of one of the pairs of gimbals that's been around. So now there's one gimbal on each servo. So hopefully that's gonna make this thing a little bit easier to, or a little bit less likely to glitch out like that. Okay, so now can we finally compare the screaming volumes as you get to more than 10 meters? All right, we can see it shaking now. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's entered full shake, full-on shivering mode. What? Do you hear? Do you hear that? I feel like I hear a horn, but it's like a distant horn. And none of the horns are being triggered on this one just yet. So I'm just gonna... What? Okay, now this one's being triggered. I am so confused right now. Let's keep going. There we go. And now it's entering ultimate scream mode. Okay, and now we have one more stage. The explosion. Once we get over the open ocean, like, please shut up for a second. Once we get over the open ocean like this, it's going to finally explode from the immense fear that it feels of the deep, deep ocean. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready. I think we have the boat that is so afraid of water that it will shiver and shake. It will scream and then finally explode out of the immense fear. I set the explosion to 40 meters. I hope that this ocean is deeper than 40 meters once we get off that cliff there, but we're gonna have to find out. So here we go. All right. All right, stage 1 has been activated and it's spinning us. No, why are you doing this again? Don't go back to this behavior, please. Okay, are you better now? Are you better now? Okay, good, good, good. Okay, stage 1. Now stage 2. Oh, you can see the clear difference there. That was excellent. All right, and then... Oh, this is really steep. Stage 3. Stage 4. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Oh, it's shallower now. We're okay. Oh, ooh. Yeah, we hit 50 meters right in that crevice there. That was a terrible course, though. We went, like, deeper and then suddenly shallow and then suddenly deep. I didn't like that one. We have to do better than that. Here we go. Stage 1 has been reached. We have a slight shiver going on. We're going to try to keep going. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Slight shiver. Oh, it stopped shivering. We got shallower. Now we're deeper again. Wait, I'm hearing... Wait. What? There's a horn sound. There's just a horn sound. What is... I found a ghost horn. This is gonna interfere with our testing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Whoa. I just found something cool. That's awesome. I like that. Okay, but what I actually meant to be in this menu because I'm going to quit to the main menu. We have to reload this map because I think I glitched out the map somehow. And found an awesome, like, little unintended Easter egg of the game that has some, like, weird Doppler effect thing. Okay, this boat is turning out to be a lot more difficult of a creation to deal with than I expected. But I'm hoping this is going to be the run that goes successfully through all stages of the fear. All right, we got stage 1 now. Nice and gentle shivering. We're going to keep on going. Keep on going, nice and gentle. All right, where's stage 2? We need the more extreme shivering. Any moment now. Any moment now. There it is. Much more afraid. Much more afraid. Then we get the screaming. Scream. Light screaming. There we go. And then heavy screaming. And we're gonna keep going. It's getting deep. And then we explode. There we go. And that is how... Oh. Was that always out here? I never saw that wreckage before. I guess I don't spend too much time on this map, do I? Has anybody tried to recreate this boat? That would be pretty cool. Well, here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a boat that is afraid of the deep ocean. The deeper you go, the more afraid it gets. So let me know what you thought of this, and let me know if you'd like to see any other fears be instilled into inanimate vehicles. And I look forward to reading those down in the comments below. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying this kind of weird concept of a series. And if you missed the previous one where I made a plane that is afraid of heights, then go check that out on the end screen right here. I hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.